Good morning. I could, might as well get started here. I think we're at the appropriate time. Welcome to Judson Park. I'd like to introduce you to Joan Pagano. We're obviously going to have, Joan is going to present for a little while. Also, we're going to be filming, so if your witness protection program says that you don't want to be on film, you might want to go towards the back of the class instead of the front. Also, when we're done, there's going to be tours of the facility if you'd like to see how Judson Park looks, and also, I believe, some opportunities in the pool. So it could be a rather interesting morning if you'd like to take advantage of all that we have to offer. So without holding things back at all, I'd like to introduce Joan, and she can give you a little bit of her bio. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Thank you all for coming and joining me today. I am one of the Picos. You may be familiar with the Pico Hardware Company, which was a hardware company in the area for many years. I have 5 brothers who live in the Heights area with their families. My mother has been thriving at Judson Manor since 1997. She's about to turn 93 in April. I was born and raised in Shaker Heights, and I love to come back to Cleveland. I've been living in New York for many years now, but I always say, even though my life is in New York City, my heart is in Ohio. So thank you all for coming. I'd like to begin by asking you a question. Have you ever felt at a loss? Have you ever felt at a loss when it comes to exercise? Perhaps you know you should be doing something, but you don't know what it should be, you don't know how to begin, or you can't find the time to do it. Or maybe you think that you're too old to exercise. Or maybe you feel that you're doing fine without exercise. You pass your annual physical, you look good in your clothes, so why bother? Well, that was me a number of years ago. After college, I moved to New York City and became sedentary for 15 years. I was young enough, in my mid-30s at the time, so that the physical effects didn't show, but I was starting to feel the mental effects of a generalized kind of weariness and loss of spirit. I was working in the high-stress restaurant business in Manhattan, living a toxic lifestyle of constant pressure, long hours, poor diet, and lack of exercise. I felt out of balance, frazzled and worn out. Occasionally I would have a sit down with myself and try to figure out what was bothering me, but I honestly it never occurred to me that exercise could be the remedy. A dear friend of mine recommended that I exercise, and she suggested a number of physical activities, including taking her yoga class. But like so many other people, I had so many reasons why I couldn't. Finally, she threw up her hands in disgust and said, if you never try, you're never going to know. And that was the challenge. I started taking yoga. I felt a little nervous and intimidated walking into a room of people who knew each other and who had been practicing for a while, but the atmosphere was friendly and the instructor was kind. Because of my natural athletic tendencies, I picked up the postures easily, and I rediscovered my love of exercise. In a matter of months, my muscles toned up, my figure popped out, I developed a waist and shapely arms and legs, my posture and balance improved, and I had a renewed sense of myself. I became interested in strength training, figuring that if yoga could tone my arms, then lifting weights could really sculpt them. I also liked the idea of becoming stronger, being more independent and self-sufficient, like I could really take care of myself. And when I realized that this was the message that I wanted to share with everybody, it set me on a path that became my career in personal training. Now I'm here with you today, many years later. At age 65, I'm the oldest baby boomer. I turned 65 in January, and I'm preparing for my own healthy future. And I've made positive lifestyle choices that have allowed me to evolve from a sedentary, stressed out, toxic lifestyle to one of health and fitness. And I'm really looking forward to what I hope are another 30 years, at least another 30 years of healthy aging. Some people have asked about my credentials, I understand, when they called to register for this program. So I would like to tell you that I am certified by the American College of Sports Medicine as a health fitness instructor. I'm the author of 5 exercise books by a major publisher. But most people don't care so much about that when they learn that I am the former trainer to Jackie O and Caroline Kennedy. Because people figure, well, if they had you, you're good enough for me. So I'll tell you a little bit about my story, how I happened to meet Jackie O a little bit later in the program. Life in New York City is never dull. So imagine my surprise and delight when I received a call a couple of weeks ago asking if I'd like to be on TV. The CBS News was doing a story on older adults, older fitness trainers entering the fitness field and training older adults. And they asked if I would like to appear. And asked also if I could find someone whom I had trained, one of my clients, who would appear with me. I happened to have trained a woman who became so fired up during her fitness training that she entered a certification program where I was the director of a personal trainer certification program at Marymount Manhattan College in New York City for many years. And Lillian, my colleague, entered the program and became certified to teach exercise and is now teaching for the Arthritis Foundation. So we have the clip that was shown on CBS News on March 9th that I'd like to share with you now.
Here's a concept for you. You're never too old to exercise, but you can be too old not to exercise.
CBS 2's McGee Hickey introduces us to a couple of golden girls who've joined the fitness craze rather late in life.
Pull the handles right into your waist.
Lillian Cates is north of 70 years old and always felt intimidated by those young, buff personal trainers until she met an instructor closer to her own age, 65-year-old Joan Pagano.
So it's nice to have an older trainer that understands your body because their body is more like yours than somebody who's 25 years old.
Those 55 and older are now becoming the fastest growing group in the fitness industry, both as personal trainers and clients. And the reason, they say, is that older trainers know how to make an older person physically fit without causing any injuries. The key is strength training.
By lifting the weights, you create stronger muscles that make you more stable, more functional, more able to conduct your daily affairs with greater ease. So as you're aging, this is very, very important.
Joan is certified by the American College of Sports Medicine and became a personal trainer, charging $125 a session after a career in the fashion biz. Lillian, who retired as head of an employment agency, was so inspired by Joan's second career that she started one of her own and now works with others over 70 at the Arthritis Foundation. Both swear by these senior fitness tips: warm up first, protect your joints, stay strong with weights, and push yourself hard.
So of course you know, after seeing others over 55 exercise, I had to get into the act. So what is this doing for me? It feels good.
It should feel good. It's stretching the front of the chest and the front of the shoulders, so it reverses the forward slouch that most of us get into from our daily postures.
Hey, maybe there's a second career for all of us just by staying in shape. From the Upper East Side, McGee Hickey, CBS 2 News.
I'm intimidated by McGee.
I know.
She's awesome, right? Whoa, and many senior fitness classes are covered by insurance, and also there are some free classes at the Arthritis Foundation.
And if you'd like to find a senior fitness instructor in your area, you can go to our website, cbsnewyork.com. We've got the information under links and numbers.
Check it out. Right now, let's tell you what we're working on for CBS 2 News at 11. A CBS 2...
Okay, so that was my apartment in New York City. And that was McGee Hickey, one of our news reporters, who was so much fun because she was so passionate about fitness that obviously she had to get in on the act too. She brought her workout clothes with her, and they actually did the segment in my apartment, which made it very comfortable for me. So let's get to the meat of the presentation and the meat of the story.